educate them about life, about the fact that life is important, that if they do get pregnant, abortion is not an option. And we just appreciate your blessings, Lord, and the opportunity to be here to pray about this situation and to ask your blessings and ask for your forgiveness for America, for this awful habit that we've developed of abortion in this country, Lord. Please forgive this country, Lord, and don't punish us as we deserve, Lord. Try to see the good and the people that are working so hard to stop this, Lord. Thank you for all your blessings. In your name we pray, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
But like I say, I've got three that two sisters, one aborted 2 children, the other one I understand aborted 1 child, and that was her 3rd child because it was too close to the other 2. And the thing was that she was that same child in our birth sequence as I'm the oldest, and she was the 3rd child. And her brother and her were like not even a year apart. They were 3 days difference from a year. So she took this child out from her womb. That would have been her.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So, like I say, I know there are people out there who don't know these things about their own families. I happen to know this from when my daughter told me about her aunt.
He used to be where you you know, I'm a big student of the Bible, and I've read it, and how people in the biblical times, they would like count it as somewhat of a curse if they wouldn't have children.
It was
you know what I
a
mean?
curse.
And they would be jealous
The
of all
fruits
the
of
other
the
girls, you know?
Right.
So they'd pray to God so that they wouldn't be barren.
Yeah, to be barren was the curse.
Yeah,
Literally.
and boy.
And they say about the quivers in the quiver holds all the arrows, and well, these are the babies. You know, those babies are from that situation where if you had the father, you have those children, and if you abort those children, you lose on both sides of that. Because you're the father, you have no say a lot of times nowadays.
No, I didn't have any say in it. I didn't believe her,
you get
but
to
I
be
was
the last to know, let's put it that way.
Huh?
You were the last to know. That's the way it is today. A man doesn't know anything until it's too late. Unless he drives her there. You know, and that's
You
the
think
other
that
side.
in most cases that's the way it is?
I'm not sure because I've not been privy to all that information. I just feel sorry for any man who loses a baby in this day and age that way. Because he has no quote rights. The woman has all the rights.
I see a picture of life, and I see life standing right behind it.
I know, it's funny, huh?
Huh?
It's funny.
Well, I guess it is. You made it. Where were you born?
What's that?
How old are you?
18.
18. Oh, so you're one of the lucky ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crude way to put it, but
Yeah, I know.
you know, it's nice that you're believing what you do to be able to stand out here and do that.
Yeah, thank you.
Do this. I mean, not that many people take it so seriously.
I know. It's a sad thing that not very many people know too much about it, so they just don't.
Why do you take it so seriously?
Why do I?
Yeah.
Because I've been into pro-life work since I was pretty young, like since I was around 14 or 15. And it's just something, I've got a big family, and I know, you know, it's not that I'm better than other people that don't know, it's just that I've been blessed with the truth, and so I do know it, and I just want to share it with other people, you know? I'm not saying that I'm better than anybody, and I'm not judging anyone. I'm not judging anybody, but I'm just here to show them, you know, in hopes that they'll see it too, and they'll be able to understand it better and make better life choices. That's kind of why I do it. It's just to help other people.
Well, that's cool. That's really. Thanks for sharing that with me. Yes. What's your story, man? What are you?
Our story is we're trying to get this point across right here that basically abortion is the murdering of a person, and it's against the commandments to murder someone. So it's to do an abortion is to actually slap God right in the face, you know what I mean? Or punch him in the nose, as the case may be.
Amen, preacher.
So anyway, yeah, not a good thing. Yeah, and we just appreciate this beautiful day to be out here to get the message across.
So you've been doing this for like 10 or 20 years, protesting?
Yeah, just about. I don't know. Just about. Well, I retired in '98. So, about almost 15 years. And now we're picketing churches with signs like this, and that's really effective because the
Really?
yeah,
Churches?
yes.
Why?
Well, because half the people at most of the churches don't realize what abortion is, and it's evident the way they react to the signs that they don't know, because many of them get upset at the fact that this is what abortion is, and if they're getting upset, then they don't really understand. You would think they already knew what abortion is. No, they don't. So we're upsetting them in the attempt to get them to think about it, so that they will never recommend abortion to anyone again, or especially their own children, for example, because a lot of parents are insisting that their children get abortions. But we're going to spread out to hopefully all the churches in the world. They take a while, but anyway. Yeah, that's the idea. And so we get a lot of interesting reactions. A 71-year-old lady stopped last week and stuck out her tongue at us. I thought that was interesting.
It makes for an exciting day.
Yeah, and we get a whole lot of positive reaction, which is a good thing. You know, a lot of people are aware of abortion and know what it is, and are supportive of this educational process. So, yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Yeah. She had the window down, and she had her camera up like she was videoing our conversation. And she said, "What you guys are doing out here is totally wrong." And one of the guys yelled back. He said, "But yeah, they're killing babies here, though." And she said, "Well, they're not. You can't count them until they're breathing outside the womb." And then one of the other guys yelled back and said, "Check with the science group." And she said, "I am a scientist." And then she drove off.
I started doing pro-life work with my mom, I think when I was 3 years old.
Really?
And yeah, it's been a long time. But she brought me up, you know, doing this work, and so I'm comfortable with it, and it always seemed, you know, a good thing to do. And I think some of the most fun parts about being pro-life is when you really help these people who need help, and they'll tell you, you know, "Thank you so much, and this is what I needed, and it's really changed my life," and you just gotta feel good about that, you know, really helping somebody who really, really needs it. Not like, you know, it is really needed. And then another fun thing is that when you make these friends, you know, pro-life friends, you're like your most faithful, best friends ever. So I really like that part. And then whenever I like really save a baby, you know, I talk the mother out of abortion. It happens, you know, sometimes it really happens. I just had one last year, and I just felt like so high. I mean, as if I was on drugs or something. It was just really wonderful. So yeah, just those parts where, you know, you're really doing God's work, and He's really working through you, and you just know that. And you know, some days you're kind of living on faith. You know, you just know that this is a good thing to do. You're just kind of hanging in there. But then there's some days where you just have like this light bulb. You know, like, wow, this is really it. And people will tell you stories about how you changed their lives and really saved their babies. There's so much cool stuff. So this is fun.
But being a voice for someone who doesn't have a voice, huh?
Right, exactly.
I mean, that's what you're doing. That's actually what you're doing right now. You're being a voice for someone who has yet to have that voice.
Literally.
That's kind of important, isn't it?
Yeah, literally. Because, you know, in the womb, the baby can't go anywhere, can't say anything. He's just like, he's stuck. And if not for us, you know, he's probably gonna die. So it's really, really important that we're being the voice for the baby. So, yeah.
Wow. Hey, well, thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm with Priests for Life. I'm an Augustinian priest, and I come from Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, actually, the home of the Liberty Bell, although it's cracked now. And our country also has a cracked liberty in it, too, because we have a problem with the killing of the unborn, which people sometimes own up to, sometimes they don't. But I'm out here in Washington State as I go all over the country, many times to support the groups of many valiant people who stand up for life. It's so important for us to express that, and not just to hold it in, because we are people of hope, people that recognize, frankly, no social program, no government, no psychology is going to substitute for the fact that God has given us the tools within ourselves, within our hearts, to do one of two things. Number one, we have to question what we see here. These are human beings who have been murdered. On the left there, we see Nazi Germany. Here we see the lynchings that went on in this country. And on the right, we see over here, of course, abortion, which is today's Holocaust. I know sometimes people don't want to hear that expression, almost like a territorial thing, to the Jews, to the blacks, and so forth. But we're on the same side when we defend the people that are being persecuted and killed here. We're against all of this, and other things, of course, as well. We're not against the mother, the woman. We want to help her out. And we do that. Most of the money that goes into pro-life efforts is to the mother. And she, by the way, is not just a woman. She is a mother if she indeed has conceived and is thinking of having an abortion or has already had an abortion. Now this little image of a baby is 12 weeks old, 12 weeks in the womb. Go back to 3 weeks, the heart was already beating. And then 4 weeks, there was already arterial layers. 5 weeks, brain waves. Sucking its thumb later on. Later on, of course, it kicks, and every mother knows that. It's called quickening. But it also can sometimes give a signal. And ultrasound machines are wonderful for that, because a mother who is maybe a young teen, or we don't know, but she has some reason she has to get an abortion, she didn't expect the pregnancy, that's a whole other issue to talk about. But if she did, two wrongs don't make a right. So we try to help her out. If she sees something like her baby in the womb kicking in an ultrasound, or just being there, it changes her perspective. She sees something lights up and she recognizes it. So we need to support that. But the two basic questions here, one, is it human? And two, may I kill it? And we know the answers to those, of course. But sometimes people don't want to see those. So we need to have that very clear. It's not just because we think or we believe that life begins at conception. We know that life begins at conception. It's not because they wear this collar as a Catholic priest that determines that life. It is by its very nature a human being. And therefore this issue is not just about Catholics or Protestants or Jews or Muslims or anybody else. It's a human issue. It cuts across everything, because, look, anybody can be aborted, and many people who are not even of a religious background, their parents, they abort their child. So this has nothing to do with religious, belief. It's scientific fact. How do we know that? Because, well, the first moment of conception, father's sperm, mother's ovum come together and it produces new life. Not new skin cell or a blood cell, but new individual, new life. And if we let it alone, the proper care it's supposed to have, it will be born. 1 out of 3 children